Lovely pass for Messi. Oh, control.
What's going on, my fellow FIFA fanatics, and welcome back to another FIFA Career Mode video. In today's video, we will be going over 10 things we want to see in FIFA 23 Career Mode. I compiled this list from things that I personally wanted to see in the next installment of FIFA and by asking for feedback from my Discord server members. While on the topic of Discord, you guys should consider joining my server and engaging with other FIFA Career Mode players. You can also submit your Career Mode builds, which I review every Sunday on livestream. And of course, you can also take part in my monthly $50 giveaway of a gift card of your choosing, PC, PS, or Xbox. I will go ahead and link the Discord server in the description section of this video, and I will also pin it in the top comment. And now, without any further delay, let's get to our list of 10 things that we hope to see in FIFA 23 Career Mode. The first thing we want to see in the next edition of FIFA is player contracts. We don't want the usual contracts that we saw in every edition of FIFA, where we kind of get an email that we just received a transfer offer and that's about it. We either accept it or not. We want to be able to negotiate our contract terms and take part in the negotiation ourselves, kind of like what we see in Manager Career Mode. We want to be able to kind of decide the length of our contract, our weekly wage, our signing bonuses, release clauses, if anything. But most importantly, I think what everyone wants to see is a duration to the contracts. As it is right now, when you sign for a team, you sign with them until you decide to leave that team, and you can play the entirety of the player career mode, all 15 seasons for the same team at the starting salary, which I believe is a couple of thousands and means nothing. And now, speaking of salaries, let's head on to point number 2. As things stand right now, our wages have no purpose in FIFA, and what we want to see is a change to that mechanic. And we actually want our wages and signing bonuses to kind of have a purpose and things that we can spend on. This mechanic is already in place, and we know that from the My Journey series in FIFA 19. We want to be able to spend our wages on cosmetics, tattoos, clothing, cars, homes, and so on. And while we're on the topic of My Journey, let's head on to point number 3. Probably the biggest and most positive change that could come to FIFA Career Mode would be if the story was more immersive and had more of a storyline to it, and not just have the same 10 templates that are really stupid and boring on repeat. We kind of want to see cutscenes whenever our player signs for a new club, whenever our player has discussions with the manager after a game where our player does really well. I think all these points will make the story way more meaningful and colorful and will keep us engaged for longer. I'm a FIFA career mode fanatic, but I've never really played through all 15 seasons because I think after you played all 3 and you've made the transfer to the club that you want, it's kind of all over from there because it's just everything's on reshuffle and repeat. Another change that will make the storyline way more immersive is that if we could have personality traits based on decisions that we make during our career. And we should be able to make these decisions at a lot of points, such as giving an end game interview or talking with our teammates, talking with the coach. We already know it's the communication by email between coach and players available from Manager Career Mode. Another change that will bring a lot of life to FIFA Career Mode and kind of switch things up a little bit was if we were able to have social media accounts for the player that we created. Over there, you can track your popularity, and it should be able to change with every move that we make. When you do good things, it can be based on your personality. Your followership goes up, and the comments kind of depend on how you perform during the game. And I really don't think that this is such a difficult mechanic to introduce in the game. I remember this existed in Pro Evolution Soccer when Twitter first came out, and I was really shocked by this feature. All right, now on to point number 4. I think a very good mechanic to have in FIFA 23 Career Mode would be a captain mechanic, a system that would allow us to unlock and develop leadership skills that will improve over time and based on the actions that we take, that will eventually allow us to step up to the role of captain and wear that luxurious armband. Next, point number 5 is that EA should increase the level cap in FIFA 23 and allow us to level up past level 25, which I think was a very arbitrary and low level to stop us at. In the progress of allowing us to have more skill points and acquire more archetypes, which will improve our player and allow us to create a different variety of builds on FIFA 23 Career Mode. We also hope that FIFA 23 will have a larger skill tree and a variety of new skills to pick from. As it is right now, there's only 7 skill trees available. There's the physical, defending, dribbling, passing, shooting, pace, and goalkeeping. Consistent to what we just discussed in point 4 about getting the captain's armband, we would sure hope that we'll have a skill tree dedicated to leadership skills and traits. All right, on to point number 6, and a change that I myself am hoping to see in FIFA 23. This is one of the things I really wish that they would change was the height and weight mechanic. As you can see, when I increase my height, my sprint speed goes down, and then if I decrease it, it goes up. And if I increase my weight, my acceleration drops, and vice versa. This makes it impossible to replicate tall yet fast players such as Haaland, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Lewandowski. Height and weight should have impact on sprint speed and acceleration, but it shouldn't be as severe as it is right now in FIFA 22. Another thing we hope to see in FIFA 23 career mode would be for the AI to stop playing players out of position, such as we can see in this picture right here. I replicated what I saw one time playing against a team where Haaland was genuinely set as the goalkeeper and Donnarumma was put in the striker position. This has been going on since FIFA 21. It's become more prominent as the years go by in both player and manager career mode. As you will realize a couple of years into your career mode, you will start seeing the craziest things. And I kid you not when I tell you in one of my career modes, Cristiano Ronaldo ended up as the center defensive midfielder for Everton. And at that point, I just shut that career and I started a whole new one. And speaking of manager career mode, let's head on to point number 8. A positive change in FIFA 22 was that EA introduced a stadium editor for manager career mode. While this is good, we still want more. We want a larger variety of edits. We want to be able to change the seats, the nets, add on tifos, and so on. And this change is not far-fetched, to be honest. We know the scripts are already available from FIFA Ultimate Team. While on the topic of Stadium Editor, I think another change that a lot of people want to see would be the ability for our club to upgrade its seating capacity and the stadium as a whole. I personally feel like the system would feel a lot more genuine if we were rewarded for our achievements with the club. If we go from a stadium that fits 10,000 people, for example, to getting to a stadium that fits somewhere around 200, 300,000 people, and that's after a lot of achievements, winning titles, trophies, and so on. Another change that FIFA introduced in FIFA 22 Manager Career Mode was allowing us to customize our own jerseys. I hope that FIFA 23 will expand on this and allow us to have a variety of sponsors to pick from, which would allow us to bring in more revenue and sign some of those big stars to our teams. Lastly, in point number 10, and back to player career mode, we hope that FIFA 23 changes up the training mechanic already in place. And as long as I can remember, this existed since FIFA 14. As it is, this system is a little too repetitive and too boring. To get through the trainings, all you have to really do are 3 training exercises manually, and then you can sim them over and over again. We kind of want a different system, which we know is already in place. The script is already available from my journey. All they need to do is kind of import it into FIFA career mode. As you can see from the footage, the training starts with in one of the 3 places, either in the starting 11, subs, or in the reserves. And you really have to prove yourself in the training to kind of make it to the first team. While this is also repetitive in its own right, at the minimum, it just adds a whole new level of immersiveness and keeps us interested in the game a little bit longer than it already does. All right, and this was my list of 10 changes that I hope to see on FIFA 23 Career Mode. What do you think the game is missing or should be differently? If there is anything that you can think of which I did not discuss, do let me know in the comments below or hop on over to our Discord and let me know in person. Also, if you have not checked out my newest striker build based on the popular streamer IShowSpeed, click on the link in the end screen or in the description. And until the next time, stay safe and keep on keeping on. Thank you all for watching.